The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
It's a great day to be on Center Parkway in Lexington, Kentucky. The second game of our doubleheader here at Tates Creek High School brings us the Dixie Heights Colonels and the Tates Creek Commodores. A very militant, if you will, Coach Tim Glenn matchup we have tonight between two new head coaches, Keaton Belcher at Creek and Scott Code at Dixie Heights. What do you see from these two coaches as they're looking to get these programs really running in year one?
Well, you got 9th region versus 11th region, and 9th coming to the 11th. So what I say is those, you can say what you want. I've been on the coaching side of it. When you go out of region and play in those different atmospheres, just certain regions have ways that they play and things you expect and whatnot. I will say this for Coach Belcher. He coached in the 9th before he came here. So what I say is, you know, you can kind of prepare for those, and you know kind of traditionally how some of those coaches conduct themselves and conduct their teams. So, you know, it won't be and then he also will know about Coach Belcher as well. And what I say, just both of them are great coaches that have been in it for a while, and then they've been around the block a little bit. And what I say, it should be a good matchup right here tonight.
Definitely should be. When you look at our hometown head coach, Keaton Belcher, it again is his first year. He was introduced on May 1st. He's the 9th head coach in 60 years, and this Tates Creek Athletic Department is certainly a storied one. There are a lot of great sports over the years that have seen itself, you know, have rise here on Center Parkway. He's from Butler, Kentucky, and played for 4 years at Pendleton County and made the Sweet 16 as a senior, so he knows the promised land where he wants to take this team. And it's also interesting, you know, he's had his resume in coaching stacked for a while. Scott Code got back into coaching, back into the game that he loves after the head coach at Dixie Heights resigned, and they said, hey, you're a teacher here. How about you just take the reins? What's that like when you go from not doing this to just suddenly having it dominate your whole life?
Well, it's, you know, I'm kind of in the midst of that myself. This is the first year in 30 years that I've not coached a basketball team. First year in 30 years. So it's nice to sit up here with you, and me and you just coach from up here, and nothing really matters. Yeah. So nothing comes back on me now. So, but what I say, I'm sure he's just loving it, because just like anything, you step away, sometimes it can renew a passion you didn't know you had. So it'll be, I'd say we're going to see some good passion. It's going to get up and down in here tonight.
We certainly will. Creek at 7-7, Dixie Heights at 10-3. We see who the underdog is off of that alone. But if you think about last season at Creek, they were 4-25, and well, let's just say someone lost their job after that. It was Jared Gay, who was the predecessor for Keaton Belcher. We had him on the show at halftime of the first game. He was a pretty nice guy, nice listen and everything. We are ticking down towards the anthem here, Coach. Anything that you think we all need to look out for really, really prominently tonight?
Well, at Tates Creek, you know, they're going to have to limit their turnovers, that's for sure. I saw them have some times with that in that Bryan Station game. But Creek, if they'll do that and position well and find those Dixie Heights shooters, they'll be in this ball game.
All right, we're going to take a break, and tip-off is back after this. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
We are back for Tates Creek starting lineups here for Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod. We have the starters for the visiting Colonels. We have number 1, A.J. Slaughter, number 2, Brady Manning, number 4, Stephen Franklin, number 5, Malik Green, and number 32, Lamont Jackson. Now for the Commodores, number 1, Tyson Metzger.
That's Dixie Heights.
Please excuse those rosters there. Those were not the correct ones. I'm mixing up my spotting board, but we'll move on here, all right? All right.
We'll get it straight right here. That's at this. You got it.
2 games in more than 2 hours, maybe 4 or something like that, but it's been fun so far.
I alluded to Mr. Elkins one night here a couple days back. We had a real cold night. Coach Hicks always used to say it's a great day to be in the basketball gym, but it didn't matter if it was raining, snowing, the sun was shining. It didn't matter. It's a great day to be in the basketball gym. It don't matter.
I think if we were in the elements, we'd be a little bit more off kilter. I'm sure that wouldn't be working out for us too well.
That's right.
If that's the case. But anyways.
Here we go. Tates Creek
right.
ball.
Ball. Stephen Franklin advancing this for the Commodores at the logo.
I was really impressed with Slaughter. Got to see him earlier in the year. He's a really good-looking young player.
Brady Manning with it now. And we're back to Franklin. Just inside, kicking it out. Number 1, A.J. Slaughter misses that one. Will it stay in bounds there from Manning? No, it won't. And down the court, we have Dixie Heights. No good there. The block was really superb. Number 11, Josh Pinkleton leading it forward. He gets that to drop. Those are our first points of the game. They go to the Commodores 2-0 with just over 7 left.
Little Euro step through on the finish. Nice, tough finish at the rim.
Tyson Metzger running point over to Owen Nihus. Not going to go for Nihus, off the rim. Franklin heading forward there. Back to Franklin, not going to go, bounces off the rim. Nihus gets the board again. Intercepted by Franklin. He's a busy man early on against Nihus again. That's out of bounds. Going back to Dixie Heights.
Think it's going to be up and down this one?
I think so. I think we're in for quite a treat, Coach.
Tates Creek in a man-to-man. Looks like they're trying to stay and not switch.
Nihus running the point here for the Colonels. Sang with the ball. Over to Rubenmeyer. A little bit slowed down here. No shot clock to worry about. They're taking their sweet time. Back to Sang. Working on into the lane.
Great cut.
Dishes it to Griffin Derry. His first points of the game. And the first for Dixie Heights, 2-2, just under 6 to go. With Slaughter leading them up the field, leading them up the court.
Dixie Heights, the first few possessions. They,
Not 3 for 3 there.
Were transitioning quick shots. That right there was a little more patient and led to their first basket.
Metzger with it. Inside to Sang.
Good left hand. Use that off.
Rubenmeyer working on him. He gets it to go. It's 4-2. Dixie Heights in front.
Great pass. Good cut. It's good basketball right there. Really good basketball.
Tied up now. 5 to go in the first. This is another first quarter going pretty fast now.
My handoff. Tates Creek really doing a good job of staying with theirs, trying not to switch and not get any mismatches in that way.
Metzger making it fly. Not going to land where he wants it, though. Tates Creek ball here. 4:48 with 4s on the scoreboard. Knotted up here. Keaton Belcher barking out some instructions as Scott Code sits down. Franklin advancing across the timeline for Creek. Manning taking the mid-range J, not going to fall. Captured by Rubenmeyer.
Dixie Heights also starting out in a man-to-man tonight.
2-3 defense for the Creek, coach. Number 4, Hunter Sang working on it. He'll get it to drop.
Crafty little move right there across
His
the
first
lane.
points of the night. Slaughter. Franklin with it in the corner. It's Manning. Back to where it came from with Slaughter. Trying to cross someone up. Manning making him jump. Franklin, rather. Latrell Jones-Miller driving. Back out to Brady, and he's got it. Student section loves that.
Best kind of three you can get. Ball gets in the middle, and it comes straight out. You don't have to turn your shoulders. You're square to the basket. Much easier to make that shot rather than receiving it from the top.
Now, if he sold you on that being a 3, I'm impressed because it's actually a 2, Coach. But hey, it looked like it, right? He had the stroke from.
I'm going to give him 3. I'm giving him 3.
That's fine. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it 7-7, but it's actually
7-6. It still is a good shot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard again. It is a 3-pointer.
I thought it was.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure if you're on your P's and Q's.
Yeah, I'm going to put both hands up next time.
You better tell me what's going on.
Right. Good post up.
What a great move there.
Tough move.
That's Metzger's first. Dixie Heights really spreading the ball around early, getting everybody involved inside. Pretty important, Coach.
Oh, it definitely is. And both teams are just positioning right now. They're really positioned, not really trying to play passing lanes and looking for traps as much as they are just staying in front.
Pinkleton misses.
Always love the phrase to keep your nose between the ball and the basket. That's what both teams are playing that way right now. They just want to keep their nose between the ball and the basket.
Nyhu's running the point here for them. Finding Rubenmeyer. Inside to Sang. Working on number 5, Malik Green for Creek. Ahead and no good there as the deflection comes off Dixie Heights last, but kept alive by Tates Creek. Over to Manning, who's going to let it fly off the rim. Derry with it and drops it back to Metzger. 8-7, Dixie Heights leading early with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Metzger tried to pull it, wouldn't work. Oh, what a steal there, not cleaned up already. Franklin almost had it, but it's back with Dixie Heights. And number 5, Nyhus gets his first points of the game.
Dixie Heights very active off the ball and passing very well as a team. Not much movement on the Tates Creek side right now. These guys got to get moving. You got 4 guys standing watching the guy dribble. We gotta get some movement without the ball, attack with the ball in your hands, draw another one, and give up.
Tried the byline pass, but not going to work out for Stephen Franklin, and this is some wasted possession there. 32, Derry. Oh, my gosh, dearie me.
He catches it and lets it go like that. He's probably made a few of those this year already, I'd say.
Looks like that was true from the moment it left his hand. Slaughter going inside, tries to get it. It will drop, and he'll shoot one. Interesting thing about A.J. Slaughter here, Coach. He is one of the state stat leaders for Tates Creek, 21st in free throws, and it's timely that comes up. It's 85% of them he's made. Let's see if he can make his first at the line tonight. Down 13-9, Dixie Heights in front.
It's just impressive, a guard of his size that's a freshman who attacks the rim the way he does, because you just don't see kids. Yeah, she got a very good knack for scoring with the ball, and I'm telling you, he's going to be a really good player. He already is, but he's going to be a really good player down the road.
Slaughter sinks it, and we have a 3-point lead for Dixie Heights now. Number 14, Evan McDowell checks into the game for the Colonels. Nyhus maybe wanted to have a bite of the apple there. Spread around. McDowell, his first involvement tonight. inside to Sang. He gets it to go. I believe he's made both his attempts so far tonight.
And you can see, you watch the movement of the team as far as Dixie Heights on the offensive set when they got to make 3, 4, 5 passes compared to what Tates Creek's doing off the ball. Another good move by Slaughter.
But again, like you're saying, you're just not seeing them combine and make these off-the-ball cuts and moves that, you know, we see a team like Mark Pope's Kentucky do on the regular.
Sure.
Leaps and bounds ahead, of course. Now, you mentioned a second ago Griffin Derry and his three-point prowess. We'll get this. He's 27th in the whole entire Commonwealth in three-point field goals made, 49% of them. He averages 3 per game. So we've got 1 so far. We might see a few more, hopefully more.
That's a guy, if you play help defense, you don't help as much when you're guarding that one. So number 3 there for Tates Creek, he's gonna probably need to stay a little tighter, and if you'll notice, he is right now.
Yeah, he is, definitely. Staying with him. Ball here coming in from Rubenmeyer. He gets that to drop, and the bench is up, making an ovation for him.
Great strong take.
That's the end of the first quarter. It was a snap of a finger from start to finish of that. 17-10 is the score as the Commodores, the home side, down in a deficit. All right, we will have more right after this short break. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Tates Creek finds himself in a 7-point deficit at the end of the first stanza here on Center Parkway. Looks like they might be in for a long night given the fact that Dixie Heights is moving this ball really well. Their off-the-ball movement seems to be clicking. And the Creek just really seems also, Coach, to just have not as much creativity here. And, you know, it is just what it is. When you look at the starting lineup, you know, it's difficult just because there are seniors on this team. There is seniority on the team. But the star who's shown so far the brightest is A.J. Slaughter.
Sure. He attacks that rim, man. And they've got to get, again, kind of that's what they ran into when they went to station that night is they're going to have to get stops, man. They've got to get stops, and then they're going to explode with some points here. I guarantee it. They've got some potential to do that, but they've got to get stops on the defensive side.
Dixie Heights got it going here, up 7 from the point, looking to extend on that lead.
Here again, Dixie Heights showing patience.
Yeah. Well, they've got it. Derry up top, that lethal three-point shooter we mentioned just a moment ago, and who's guarded there by Slaughter. Rubenmeyer looking, and you can see the movement in the front court, Coach. It really is going to be the determinant of if they can score more.
Kind of they run kind of when the ball's in the middle for what's called a shuffle cut. So they're going to shuffle to the middle, off the top screen, but when it gets to the wing, there's your shuffle cut from the one wing down into the middle.
Brennan Simpson for the Colonels in the game for the first time. He is on the far side there, guarded by Slaughter. Looking to get open, really tough, and they actually see Slaughter almost tripped him up there off of the ball. Rubenmeyer at the point.
Tates Creek playing with a little bit more chip on their shoulders. Start off with, they kind of let it play out a little more. Right now they're making these guys work to get things. That's a good inside-out look, man.
McDowell can't get it to drop, but out of that timeout, Creek has been a lot more physical.
Yep.
Slaughter looking on the inside, finding 13. DJ Seawright, that's his first points of the game and his first involvement, 17-12. The lead is 5.
He turned around and faked that one. Didn't need to, did he? He was wide open.
He was. He had acres. Ihus again running the point at the logo. McDowell, far side on the right. Ooh, what a great interception there. The tip, and it's off to the races for A.J. Slaughter. Not going to get it to drop, though.
Got to get that contact. Don't avoid the contact in that situation. That way you at least get 2 free throws out of it if you miss it.
They could have just gone a little bit harder in the paint there. 5:45 left to go with a 17-12 lead, and that does not fall for Dixie Heights. It would have made it a 7-point advantage there.
Dixie Heights showing really good patience when they have to, but then early on they also kind of got out in transition and did that as well. So,
well, you look at Dixie Heights as far as the team defense things go, and really they excel in that facet. 33rd in team defense across the Commonwealth, and they're averaging 50 points a game. So we talk about the opponents coming into this gymnasium tonight, Coach, and they both are very good defensively. Tates Creek just does not have perhaps the offensive production for both the girls and the boys to really just keep up with that.
Sure.
That'll drop there, 2 of 2.
All right, let's get moving on offense right here a little bit, guys.
We'll have to see, how does Creek get everything going? Their front court looks a little stagnant right now. Number 10, Tom Habenreich checking in. On the baseline, 13, it's Seawright, who scored the last basket for Creek. Out again, Pinkleton.
Dixie Heights doing a good job in the help. If you notice, they got everybody, almost all 5 guys on one side of the floor right there.
And they definitely got the transition quickly, and they got the rebound. Tates Creek is caught reaching, though, Coach.
Yep, don't want to get fouls 90 foot or 80 foot from the basket. You don't want to do that. That's not a good one to pick up, especially with the new foul shot rule where you after 4, you know, that gives a big advantage.
Early still on in this game. Sang over to Nyhus. And Rubenmeyer running the point. Metzger.
Good
Top
patience.
of the key.
Good patience.
Well, they're just coming open and getting some open passes at the top of the key, Coach, and then they're really letting things materialize. And that's the advantage, just no shot clock here. Nyhus not fouled as he throws. It's off to the races. And the Creek gets it to go.
Good cover out.
His second layup in a row.
Good cover out right there. The athleticism caught that. Kind of shot that as a set shot, so gave him a chance to get a hand on it.
What
Good
great
block.
defense again by Creek, Coach. My gosh.
He's so long.
That's Latrell Jones-Miller coming up big. And as they go to the basket, that's Pinkleton.
Jones-Miller showed a lot of promise. Brian Station's got the 2 big guys over there, and he showed a lot of promise in the way that he would block shots and not even leave the floor. Same as that right there. Just so long.
Now here's where you have to make it count if you're the Creek. They are 27th in free throws, 72% made across the Commonwealth. They get that one to drop.
That's solid. 72% as a team.
Yeah, as a team.
Okay,
as a team.
that's solid, yeah.
I didn't lie to you there.
Okay.
Not going to make that one, though. So, again, you question me, and then you jinx them. Come on, Coach.
I'm going to quit doing that.
What are you doing?
I ain't going to talk about it anymore.
You just need to let me say the stats. as you know, we joke. But anyways, 19-14, 5-point lead. It's pretty much been the status quo so far. Sang shadowed by DJ Seawright. Scored 4 for Creek so far.
Comes a shuffle cut. When it goes to that opposite wing, they'll shuffle across. They're going to change your set.
You see him backing up there, Coach, and it's a shadow 2-on-2. We're looking to see if Dixie Heights can really win to these one-on-one battles. They try to take a shot from the perimeter, right?
Sure. And that's what's good about it. If they don't have it, they pull it back out.
Yeah, just like there.
Great
Rubenmeyer, not going to get it. It's a fight under
Tough
the rim.
rebound.
Franklin coming away with it. Slaughter
Good extra
working its
pass.
way around. The open shot is swished out from Seawright. Metzger. Thought about the shot Nyhus did. Back to Metzger.
Good look. Again, one of the keys. They want to take the shots that they're wanting to get for their team, and that's what Dixie Heights is doing. If you remember the first 3 possessions, it was kind of run and gun, rush. No score. Once they started doing this, good things started happening from offensively.
Triggs bench applauding that last good defensive showing. in the paint.
Good inside out. Got to shoot that.
Out to the perimeter. It's good from Tyson Metzger.
Again.
His first 3 of the night.
I think, really and truthfully, unless you really think about the mechanics of a shot, that shot right there, that's the kind of shot you want to get on that three-point look. You don't have to turn your shoulders. Everything's squared up.
Timeout, Tates Creek. 2 subs are on the sideline for Creek and 1 for Dixie Heights. Didn't get a chance to check in. We're going to take a break with Creek down 22-14. Dixie Heights in the driver's seat. 2 minutes to go until halftime. It's already almost here. You've been watching Central Kentucky High School Hoops on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back on Center Parkway in beautiful Lexington, Kentucky, Tates Creek hosting Northern Kentucky foe Dixie Heights. Creek down 22-14, under 2 minutes on the wristwatch, and the cause will not be helped there by that shot, but rebound goes to Creek, and the possession does too. It's out of bounds on the Colonels. Forrest Tucker with you, joined by former Scott County coach Tim Glenn right now. Letting it fly is Franklin, and it does not drop, but Slaughter's there to back him up. That's his second field goal of the day.
Slaughter is just not afraid to get in there and mix it up. And I mean, it's just, again, it's just really impressive to me that he's a freshman.
100%, 100%. Thursday night in Lexington means high school hoops.
Great.
Almost every night. We'll like the entertainment with that there. That's Metzger again.
Inside out 3. Get 2 feet in the paint, kick it straight out.
He's up to 6 points from behind the arc tonight. Franklin again. Out to Manning.
Yeah, it was.
Foul in the paint.
Didn't know if they would call it, but Manny did a great job on the drive. Dixie Heights had a guy in the help side, and he just set up for it and let him run over him. And it's a great way to get the ball back, that's for sure.
And that was after the ball had been passed to Manning. Basically, it was just one of those things where maybe if you're the Tates Creek player, you just have to slow up a bit, right?
Coach Code's got to love that. That's just an awesome way to get the ball back when you're in a situation on the road, for sure. That's awesome.
Well, in time possession-wise, I don't think it's even close. We don't have the stat here physically, but you could tell Dixie Heights has controlled this pretty much, and that's just the way you're going to win. And they are so comfortable and experienced to hold the ball and all that stuff.
Here you go, another one wide open. He's 2 for 2. Sorry, jinx.
The jinx. It is just not letting up for Coach right now. We need a stat on that at halftime. Under 30 to go. The lead is 9 for Dixie Heights, 25-16. Manning in the corner. Not going to happen, and it's a foul there. Dixie Heights bench is elated.
Hunter Singh had a grown man rebound right there. That's a grown. He had 2 guys. One knocked him in the head, and the other got into his shoulders, and he still came away with it.
Rubenmeyer inbounding. Sang again.
Very organized.
Metzger tried to get it to go. Oh, the Butterfingers almost got the best of Malik Green for Tates Creek. Franklin letting it go. I think that's going to drop. It does, and I think that'll just beat the buzzer. Dixie Heights trying to do the same. They
needed that.
They did. 25-19 is the score at the half. That was a great 3 to end everything off for Creek. They'll go into the locker room on a high. Dixie Heights still keeps the lead, though, by 6. We're back with some halftime action on Glycod. You've been watching Central Kentucky High School Hoops.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
We're back on the Glycod halftime report for high school basketball in Central Kentucky. Nothing greater than this. Forrest Tucker joined by former Scott County head coach Tim Glenn. Coach, what did you feel like was the biggest determining factor in the score we have here, 25-19 Dixie Heights at the halftime from the first half?
Well, Dixie Heights definitely is following one of those keys for sure, in the fact of they're not shooting it until they get the shot they want. And they really kind of settled into the movement that they were trusting in that shuffle cut and spreading the floor a little bit and getting Tates Creek following cutters rather than getting off to the ball. So they did that. They settled in and started making shots. But again, it takes a while to formulate that shot, which ends up in 25 at half.
And then you look at the disadvantage that poses to Tates Creek, where they're just sitting there with their hands tied behind their back sometimes, and they have to just sit back and take it. How can they make the most of the possessions in the second half to combat that?
I think in the second half, we're probably going to see Creek maybe get after them a little more, maybe get them into some trap situations. I won't be surprised if Coach Belcher maybe don't even press them a little bit, maybe right off the bat. I don't know. So a lot of guys will save that till later to get a fourth quarter, get some fatigue set in kind of thing and all that. But I don't know. I believe I would test the waters just a touch and see what some full court pressure does to them.
Well, I think that goes to a really good point about just stopping them before they get going with that, because you may catch them higher up the court, you may cause turn, you may get the points you wouldn't get by not doing that. So I think that's a key thing to think about when you're trying to solve this problem that Creek just seems to have presented with themselves.
And, to start the game, I felt like things got fast and we had a zoom, 3, 4, 5 possessions. And what it did, it kind of sped up the offense of Dixie Heights, and they didn't score real well to start the game off with, if you remember right. And it stayed 2-0.
Yeah.
Then 2-2 for quite some time, and then they kind of settled into an offensive set and offensive movement. But Tates Creek, the reason they've stayed in it, they forced some turnovers in the half-court defense and got some run-outs, and they've also made some good threes themselves down there on their end.
Well, we wish we got some halftime stats to bring you. We don't yet, but we've definitely seen a really great performance from both teams as far as when they've scored. It's been very entertaining. So we have Tates Creek out of the locker room first right now, and we'll see what happens with this game in the second half with 3 minutes to go until that comes. But until then, we're going to take a quick break. This has been Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
It's been a fun one so far here on Center Parkway in the center of Lexington. Dixie Heights traveling for their first time down to this region. They'll play Franklin County in a couple days on January 25th. But so far, the Colonels' first foray into the center of the state, well, it's going pretty darn well. Forrest Tucker joined by former Scott County head coach Tim Glenn with a 25-19 score. The Creek are down, and they're looking to get going.
Tates Creek needs a basket right here to start with. Man, great
Manning inside.
feed.
What a slam.
Drawn up by Coach Belcher. That was a great take it all the way around the horn and get the movement, the screen, or the post and seal down there, and a beautiful entry pass.
Latrell Jones-Miller's first points of the game, wide
Right
open.
back. That's X and O's. That's 2 times X and O's, both ends of the floor. That's good basketball.
Sang's third field goal, 6 points on the day now. Franklin over to Pinkleton. Slaughter pulling up, just hits under the basket.
That's a tough shot. That was a heck of a step back, man. He covered about 3 foot going backwards right there to get that shot off and create his space.
Nyhus advancing forward. Metzger with him.
How about that? This is a good old school traditional post.
Doesn't work out for Dixie Heights.
Took too long. You got to make a move. You got to be more decisive than that and just commit.
This is where Creek has to capitalize, moving the ball around. In the paint, we're going and seeing Josh Pinkleton on the highlight reel. He gets it in for 2.
Good, strong moves. Tough finish. Took the contact and laid it in.
Lead cut to 5. 6.5 to go in the third quarter.
Creek needs to stop in the bucket here, and then it's going to get interesting.
For sure, Coach. I was thinking that a couple possessions ago. Read it in my mind. Nyhooks, jumper. Yes, sir. 4-3. Lead back at 7, 30-23. His first 3 of the game. Turned over by the Creek. Nyhus down their throat, dishing it out to Rubenmeyer. He makes no mistake, and timeout is called by Keaton Belcher of Creek.
Good timeout by Coach Belcher right there. That's 5 quick points.
We're going to take a break here. The Creek has maybe the number, but they've lost it. 32-23. We'll be back in a second.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
We are back after that short timeout. Both teams still in the huddle, in fact, but we have really entertaining game. Coach, you were saying before the timeout that it was a great one by Belcher, Keaton Belcher, the head coach of Creek, because momentum was slowly, fast, my gosh, very quickly, going to Dixie Heights after a really good transition bucket from them.
Well, Tates Creek, again, on their behalf, they put it to where a spot where Dixie Heights had to respond, and, man, they did once. They got a stop. They responded again. And, like say, the domino effect, if you will, if you want to stop that thing and not let it keep falling. So.
Slaughter to Pinkleton, not going to go. Pinkleton almost grabs his own board, but it's down the court from Nyhus. And, Metzger cannot get it to stick on his hand. He was anchored to space, though.
Probably should have went the other way with that one. He had it. He had the guy the defender had his back to the opposite side, but I know it's hard to. It's easier for me and you to see that than it is him running down the floor dribbling the basketball.
100%. Pretty good bird's eye view here. Appreciate our camera people for making sure everything's going on. John and Chris behind the lenses tonight. Slaughter trying to lead his team
dribble
back.
Up. Probably did. Probably fouled and got into him, but AJ Slaughter's got to keep that dribble and not pick it up in the middle of the floor right there. He kind of puts his teammate in a bad spot.
Kind of what we might call a hospital ball or something like that.
Yes.
Franklin to inbound for Creek. Slaughter close by, and he'll get it. Across the timeline, back to Franklin. In the paint, it's Latrell Jones-Miller trying to work. And I think Franklin might have stepped out of bounds there, Coach, or is that
I think he got to push off on
okay, that makes a lot of sense. Had a lot of separation there. Ball stays with Creek. It's Manning who will take it in, Brady Manning.
2-3 zone.
Franklin again. Manning had a millisecond for the shot, but it's over to DJ Seawright. And then back up top to Franklin.
Tates Creek going to get the shot they want here. That's good. You don't have to get too hasty.
Shot they want doesn't fall, but the rebound they want is secured. And now there's what they want there in the paint. Seawright again, his third field goal, 6 points on the night. 32-25 with just under 5 to go in the third quarter. Just like the girls a couple hours before us, the time is winding down as that shot's no good out there from Nyhus for Dixie Heights to mount a comeback. Franklin to the basket, not going to go.
There's that
grabbed
length.
Very well by Latrell Jones-Miller for the putback and the basket.
Sometimes Jones-Miller does some things with that length that it almost doesn't look fair. I mean, even when he's that move right there, just it's hard to make that move. You have to have his length to be in that kind of crowd and make that finish.
Certainly the tallest player on the court right now for Tates Creek, and he even is a little hunched over just with his posture. So if he stood straight up next to one of us, he definitely would tower over us. And Coach, we're about the same height, 5'10", 5'11", so you can imagine what Latrell Jones-Miller looks like in person and to opposing defenders.
Sure, and those arms, they just give him some more length to those arms. Great move right there, across the lane, left-hand finish.
Dixie Heights pouring it on again.
Ooh, close. Close to over in the back call.
It's been a tough one there to swallow. Creek really has to be flawless. We're approaching the fourth quarter. 3 1/3 to go.
The under 4 mark.
3 1/2, rather. Manning letting it go. Looked like it may have dropped in, but it did not. Sang secures. Nyhus forward. Backed out by Latrell Jones-Miller. Inside and out. And the three from Derry is just not as good as gold there. Wouldn't get him on the winner's podium.
You just expect it to go in when you see him let it go.
Belcher another timeout here. We're going to take a quick break here with this timeout and come back with Dixie Heights leading 34-27. This is Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycott.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Back to the action at Tates Creek here. The Commodores down 34-27. And, Coach, we talked about the adjustments that needed to happen if they were going to have a chance to win. And there's still the realm of possibility that they could pull something out here. It would be really, really tough. But have you seen them get better with what you've thought are the objectives to try and get the win tonight in the second half?
I think they are. I think they're a little bit more deliberate about shots they're trying to get. They've been trying to be a little better about guarding, and they've really actually not done a bad job. They stayed right there with them. They had that one little run that got them as they had made that, but they're still sitting here at about 7, which has been about the same for the entire quarter. But just keep being deliberate, keep playing hard.
7-point deficit for the Commodores. Latrell Jones-Miller inside and one.
Had a good matchup right there. Needed to go ahead and go to the basket with it. I thought he waited a little long. When you've got a smaller guy on you, he just needs to go ahead and go straight to it and don't even second guess yourself.
Chance for a 3-point play here. Latrell Jones-Miller. Not going to do. Bounces off of the back iron. And we're away with Nihus for Dixie Heights. Inside, and Hunter Sang gets it to go.
Lost a man. Sang does a good job of running to the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he just gets there and he's available. And what I say, sometimes that's all you got to do is be available. And if they get it to you, lay it in.
It's one step ahead of everybody else. Using acres of space, too. Franklin driving. Oh, that was a really, really tough play there from both players. Would have been amazing if that went in for Franklin, but
probably could have got that charge right there, but he just didn't fully commit. He didn't fully commit to go ahead and taking that lick and then falling down. So a lot of guys will anticipate the charge and begin to fall down, and if you do that, the referee they've always said they can go ahead if there's contact made and you're falling down in the process, it'll be a blocking foul.
We're now at 2:17 until we have one final quarter left. Not made there by Franklin. Still 36-29. 7-point deficit for Tates Creek.
He's posting hard in there, Singh is.
Looking around, going outside now, but still with Jones Miller. Metzger was in motion there. Sang, there he is in the post, and he gets it to go. That's a foul, too. They got Miller reaching in on him a little too much.
And if you'll notice, the screen on Singh right there came from is it Gary? Not Gary, Barry. Barry?
Griffin Derry, Coach.
Derry,
yes, sir.
It came from him, so you can't switch. If you do and he pops out, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You're probably coming out of the game if you do that. So.
A made basket was not what we just saw on the free throws from Hunter Sang. First time at the line tonight, I believe.
It's a tough move.
Manning muscling in there in the paint. Tates Creek ball. We have a 9-point lead for Dixie Heights. And look, when you think about head coach Scott Code and what he wants to accomplish, this is just the type of win you want to do. You want to make it pay off that you came down all this way, the hour and change, to Lexington, and you're going to do it on January 25th with Franklin County and Frankfort. You want to make sure it's a 2-of-2 road trip, and that bodes well for another great game they might play in the Sweet 16. This looks like a pretty good, talented team.
Sure, they got a chance to be in at ninth, there's no doubt. Them and Cubcast.
Manning fouled as he shoots, throwing it up, even so. He will shoot 2 at the line.
I believe he knew he had a foul coming on that one, so he got rid of it quick as he could and just got in the guy's way.
You can see him. He just went fully flat, parallel to the ground, and not a too hard fall for Brady Manning. All good there. Sinks that first one.
Back in my playing days, I had a guy that they used to accuse me all the time, Coach. I got fouled quite often as a jump shooter. And the reason being, I had a sprained ankle, my left ankle, my right ankle, and I would always land on the left. My right foot would be out. So when I land on that left foot and I see a guy coming, there's a couple times I just wrap him up with my right leg. We go to the line and he'd say, "Ref, that guy kicked me and you called a foul on me." So, but I don't know if he went quite that far, but I think he knew he had a foul coming. He got a few points out of it anyway.
2 of 2. Yes, Coach, 100%. 1 minute and change to go. 38-32. The lead is the shortest it's been, 6.
Oh.
Sang dishes to Nihus, can't get it to go. He might have just wanted to keep it himself and post up.
Jones Miller did a good job at staying between the ball.
Manning, deep 3. Is he going to get it? Oh, off the front part of the rim.
That would have been big. Cut it to 3 right there.
Exactly. 42 ticking down. Team minus 40 now. Metzger.
I'd say Dixie
Rubenmeyer.
Heights. I'd say Dixie Heights is going to go one shot right here.
They can hold it for as long as they please.
I don't know. It's not a bad idea. Tates Creek don't try to rush them up here.
Looks like we have a 2-3 from Creek right now in the paint. There goes the basketball. Sang.
Got the old traditional 4 out, 1 in. Everybody cutting off the feed the post and cut. I like it.
They're getting what they want. Looks like they may kick it out here, Coach. Derry going to try and put one up. He is good as gold.
That gets him back to his average, 2 for 4, I think, something like that.
Well, if you are counting, Coach, yes, he averages 3 a game. He's made 2. So still time for him to put some magic up from behind the arc. But anyways, we have 0.9 on the clock, basically the fourth quarter. We'll go to break in a moment after, that just sliver of life goes by. 41-32 is the score. Every time Creek has looked like they have a chance to rally, it just has not been enough, and Dixie Heights to shut them down.
And it's a tribute to Coach Code and Dixie Heights. There's some grit about them, but also
Ooh, close but no cigar. 41-32 at the end of 3. The final quarter of our entire night comes after this break. I'm Forrest Tucker alongside Coach Tim Glenn. This has been Central Kentucky High School Hoops on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Swag Surf is the track inside this gym as Tates Creek enters the fourth quarter down a sizable amount, 9 points to Dixie Heights. Can they pull it off? Forrest Tucker with you alongside our analyst, Tim Glenn.
Need to start with a good bucket. Get the shot you want.
Almost had it. Manning was open. Going down the throat is Rubenmeyer in the traffic at 2. He will not get that to drop.
Good job pursuing by Tates Creek right there. I mean, they pursued him both ways, really got him uncomfortable because he should have laid that in.
And sandwiched him really well. That was what I noticed, was they definitely made it comfortable. He couldn't have done either way. There was going to be contact, and he goes to the line, but
nothing would aggravate me more as a coach than to get in a situation right there where you say, oh, well, I just feel like I'm at a disadvantage, and you just give the guy the basket. At least make him shoot a free throw, make him uncomfortable, do something to help the team.
Unfortunately for Creek, Rubenmeyer sinks to 2 of those, and this is a plus 10-point lead for Dixie Heights. The same story seems to be playing out here for the girls and the boys. Unfortunately, for all the hometown fans in Lexington. If you're watching from Northern Kentucky tonight, you're pretty happy. If you're watching from Reed Lane, you're pretty happy. Franklin not going to go there as he takes the mid-range J from this near side.
Dixie Heights got out and extended the floor a little bit, got after him a little bit more that time. They kind of came out they've kind of stayed within that three-point line. There's that cross screen again, set by Derry.
And he's just right there. It's like Sang has a string on him, and wherever he's going, he's bringing Derry with him for backup. And that Derry's a physical guy there, probably one of the tallest with Sang. It's a great duo there in that post because of their height and looks like their strength.
Great set for Coach Code and them. And that's what I say. Every time Tates Creek responded, Dixie Heights, it's usually led with a play from something like that. Then that dagger from that leads to something else, and they respond right quick. We'll see if Tates Creek can make another run here.
Sang in the post, if we had $1 for every time that happened, we would be filthy rich by now. Latrell Jones-Miller, Dikembe Mutombo-esque right there with the block.
Feed the post and cut. It's like Jerry West's out there playing. Got old school, threw it out. That's good. Good positioning by Tates Creek.
Yeah, rare miscue forced there. 6.5 to go, 43-32. We have an 11-point gap here on our hands.
All right, Tates Creek's going to have to get a bucket right here. It's going to help them a lot if they can get one here.
Well, tough thing, Coach, just looking at the scoreboard right now, 2 timeouts left. Keaton Belcher's had to take some, right? But you think about if this gets close, it might be an issue. Pickleton cannot corral that, but does on the second chance. Working on Derry.
They've scored on that play 2 or 3 times tonight where you got that Slaughter takes it to the free throw line, and then we get Pinkton on the back door.
Jones-Miller trying to work out of the paint right now, and Pinkleton is trying to find Franklin or someone in the backcourt. Shot made, but we have a foul. Foul on Derry. Team's first foul there.
Still not close to that foul count that gets you to be able to shoot. I still don't know if I agree with that rule change, to be honest. So tough shot, man. That is a great pull-up jumper, contested.
And he looked like it was kind of off balance. It's always nice from up here. You see a shooter kind of fade into the baseline, and it's really just very picturesque and pleasing to see something like that just drop well. So cool from A.J. Slaughter there.
Again, being patient. I think, he gave up on it. There's Jones-Miller's lane.
There. Franklin, can we get it in? There we go.
All right, here comes the run. You need one more stop in the bucket. You keep it down 5 and under at the 4 under spot, and you're at home. That's good odds, guys. That's good odds.
I've been a rowdy crowd tonight, not like Rupp Arena, but always good to see a city team like Tates Creek draw some people on a Thursday night as they have.
Watch the exchange of Derry and Singh over there. They just keep screening one another. That was just a screen exchange as it came.
Who's up top, yeah.
Patient and disciplined.
Not going to work there. Big physicality. That is going to be a foul right there in the paint. We'll have 2 at the line here.
I think he realized he had a little bit of size advantage, thought he might be able to, if he could get him close enough to the rim, just jump score over top of him. And missed the first one, but stayed with it.
Rubenmeyer's already made 2 free throws tonight. Let's see if he can double that. He's halfway there. It's been tough, Coach, because every time we feel like Creek perhaps has gotten something to go as Rubenmeyer misses that there. They have put Dixie Heights at the line.
Could have gained some ground right there. That traded 1 for 3. They took that.
Sang working on Franklin, getting it to go.
We always called that busting middle. You bust middle with the right hand, spin back to the left, and kind of a spin and seal as you score it. That's a good, solid high school basketball post move, man.
And Keaton Belcher is going to take his second to last timeout here with 3:57 left. A 10-point gap yet again separating Tates Creek from getting anywhere near Dixie Heights. We're going to take a quick break, come back with the final 4 of this one from Center Parkway.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
We are back. We are ready for the final 4 of this one right here. A 10-point gap is still what's really been the status quo. Coach Tim Glenn joining me, Forrest Tucker, for this one here. We've had a great doubleheader night at Tates Creek. Unfortunately for the home fans, we're going to possibly see an 0-2 record coming out of this Lycott Central Kentucky High School basketball coverage tonight. Maybe better luck for the home side next time we come on the air from somewhere near you in Lexington. But if you're up watching in Northern Kentucky, you're pretty happy.
Tates Creek had two tough opponents, girls and boys, that came in here tonight.
100%. Very entertaining. Really great effort from everybody. Scott Codes off his feet. So is Keaton Belcher.
Tough
that
move.
Trickles in. Pinkleton.
Very good take to the basket. Strong with that right hand. Didn't try to avoid contact and took a little bit of a hit and laid it in.
Manning trying to deter Nyhus.
Wow. That's
easy
good.
One. Rubenmeyer.
Really good footwork right there. Good footwork to get his shot off. Nothing fancy, but just stuff you need to do to get it done.
Pinkleton
Great.
On that far side.
Look at that help side, guys. You got 5 guys on one side of the floor. So, I mean, that's tough to score over without ball movement.
Exactly. Nyhus trying to go. Fouled as he shoots. Just under 3 to go. 10-point lead again. Got to say, Coach, been very impressed tonight. I watch a lot of high school basketball with my day job, ABC 36, doing sports. What I've loved tonight is everybody's been very, very clinical. Everyone has not made mistakes that are not becoming of a high school basketball player. We've seen a lot of just great talent and effort, and two teams that are obviously learning and one looking beyond the other in this year. But really entertaining because everyone's applied themselves so well tonight. So hats off to all the
Never
athletes
really
tonight.
been sloppy. Been sloppy basketball all night long. So.
And it's a good watch for you. You're not going to get frustrated. Rebound from Dixie Heights on their own shot. That is good. GOOD from behind the ARC. Tyson Metzger, his third 3 made of the night.
I was going to say Metzger's, he's been a part of a few of those this evening.
Two team fouls now. That's one on Rubenmeyer for Dixie Heights.
That's his 4th and 2nd.
Long one to Pinkleton. Fair amount of Dixie Heights supporters in the stands tonight. 2.5 to go on the wristwatch. Slaughter pulling up. Doink. Metzger. Spread out is this Dixie Heights team right now, but they're going to find Sang in the middle. He's going it.
Good bounce
Latrell
pass.
Jones-Miller, and they sort it out.
He doesn't score that without Pat throwing a bounce pass right there. It's great setup for his teammate.
There's Rubenmeyer with that one there. And quickly, Creek does not get what they want on this possession. Well, you said, Coach, they got to get the lead around 5 with 4 left. They didn't really do that. And now we're looking like Dixie Heights can at some point run away.
Again, Jones-Miller, he doesn't even leave the ground sometimes. He just still is so long with his arms.
Got to know how to use them, and we can say he's been under scrutiny in a sense because they have targeted him. So, perhaps the scouting report was good for Dixie Heights to get on Latrell's bad side.
And that one, he wasn't agreeing too much with the referee's call right there, but I think his arms were a little bit. If they come from not being straight up and down perpendicular like that, you're probably going to get called for a foul in that situation.
100%, 55-38. Sang hitting that there.
Good transition.
Ooh, what a hard attempt at Pinkleton. And that will be an and one. Very great from him.
He actually committed to that charge, but I think he just got there a hair late. He was already kind of leaving the ground, but he committed to taking that one.
Timeout called on the floor. 56-40, a 16-point lead just like that. Snap of a finger with 1:40 to go. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to stay on the air here, excuse me. Have under a minute to go. Quick timeout probably. Now, Coach, this really Now, Coach, we want to talk about our upcoming broadcast here, of course. Now, tomorrow, a great one down on Richmond Road, Fontaine Road, Henry Clay, Bryan Station, girls and boys. Girls play at 6, and then the boys play after. And then Wednesday next week, we'll have Douglas and Lafayette at 7:30. Should be a good one, too.
That's my district, though. Henry Clay, Bryan Station, I had to go sit in there and watch them and compete against those guys quite often. A lot of times you guys were there calling some of those games when doing it. So I do miss that, but I'm enjoying being here with you guys during the course of this year.
Coach, giving a smile to Chris LeBar, our producer tonight. Appreciate him and all the camera talent for everything they've done. Hard foul in there. Pinkleton on Nihus. Nice physical game. We have, and this is the thing too. I sound corny maybe, but it's nothing's ever gotten chippy. Nothing's ever gotten out of hand. This is a very respectful basketball game we've seen tonight, and we saw the same earlier with the girls' game, 110%. So it's great. Just the competition's been off the charts.
And I'll be honest with you, traditionally over the years, 11th region, 9th region, that's your two roughest regions.
They want to land some punches.
Well, yeah.
Metaphorically.
I've always said this. I'm not going to get in trouble for this, I don't think, but I've always said a lot of these guys that call these high school games call college games. They call NAIA, Cumberland, Georgetown, Midway, blah, blah, blah. So they call them on Thursdays and Mondays, but then they'll call Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, they're calling high school games. So it becomes like a wrestling match sometimes. So
we're keeping our energy levels pretty even for this one. Been a good matchup so far. Pinkleton said his name a lot in this second half.
He's made some plays. I saw him play previous against Bryan Station, and he's actually been a little more of a presence in this game tonight.
Inbound to Latrell Jones-Miller.
They've looked for that 3 or 4 times, and I thought they should have thrown it the time before, but they lofted it up there. I don't know if that's not a bad idea. As long as he is, man, he's got a good chance to catch it.
Brendan Simpson in for Dixie Heights. We are under a minute in 1, and there we go.
Pass and finish.
20-point lead here Dixie Heights has, 60-40. Timeout by the Colonels.
I think he might have jumped.
No mistake.
I think he jumped across the line.
No mistake?
Yep.
Yep, that's what the ref is saying there. Couldn't hear him on the first try with that.
Looks like Dixie Heights may go ahead and set their main guys down. And
we got the substitution station coming in here.
Get some subs come in, give them a chance to play down here in Lexington.
Well, it's the road trip that has to be worth it. They're going to make it again on the 25th, Franklin County, a school that's girls team was really great last year. We look at it in the grand scheme of things here. We've had all the performers do really well tonight for Dixie Heights, Griffin-Dairy especially. Tates Creek, of course, is going to drop to under 500 with this loss, 7-8. Not a region district game, of course, so that doesn't count towards them there. They are 9th in that 11th region RPI ranking at the moment. And this will extend, Coach. It's unfortunate, a losing streak for Creek to 4 games in a row, and this is a trial and tribulation that's going to keep Keaton Belcher winless in 2025, unfortunately.
He's getting into the bulk of that Lexington schedule right now, so that's going to be little more of a grind for sure, but he'll figure it out.
Well, you want to know this, things won't get any easier. Missed shot there from Creek trying to secure it, but it will be scored by Dixie Heights. Next up, he has GRC, and that is not an easy task, but a lot of great things learned from tonight's tough lesson against Dixie Heights. Zeros are on the scoreboard. It's a 20-point win, 60-40 for the Colonels. They make their trip to Lexington well worth it. We will have most outstanding players. Maybe some coaches will stop by and grace us with their presence, but that's all after this short break. 60-40, Dixie Heights wins. You've been watching and listening to Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a 4-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
We're back on the Glycod Central Kentucky High School basketball post-game show. Tates Creek goes 0-2 on the night after a 60-40 loss to Dixie Heights on the boys' side. Forrest Tucker joined by former Scott County head coach Tim Glenn. Coach, what did you see as the main reason Creek could just not get any handle on Dixie Heights?
I mean, Dixie Heights is so disciplined, man, and how the way they attacked the game. They did a good job defensively, limiting them getting touches in and around the basket, made contested well, and when they made the runs, they answered. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's hard to overcome that. You feel like you get right there, and then it's just hard to overcome it sometimes.
Well, and you think about Dixie Heights, and we allude to this coming up in the next block. Their post play was amazing today. They had two guys in Derry who also shot well from three, two made threes tonight, one under his average. And then you have Hunter Seng, who really lit it up there too. That just seems like a really insurmountable task to stop them sometimes with a young and inexperienced Tates Creek team in the system they're having installed.
Well, and the thing about it is you saw them run offense that led directly to baskets. Like that those were drawn up. And they were done in a way where it gave an advantage to if you switched it, if you didn't switch it one way or another, Dixie Heights was going to have an offensive advantage, and they capitalized in a little bit better fashion than what Tates Creek did on the offensive end.
For the home side, they have nothing easy coming up. George Rogers Clark, they pack a punch on Tuesday, January 21st next week. And then Bracken County is the challenge away for Scott Coach Dixie Heights Colonels team on Monday, a day earlier. All right, we're going to take a quick break and then come back with our most outstanding players of the game.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Elite Building Products, locally owned and committed to providing top-quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. Our most outstanding players of the game are, Coach, take it away.
Well, I think for Tates Creek, we'll go with Latrell Jones-Miller. Because of number 24, number 23 there. He just did a whole lot with rebounding and the scoring that he put and the presence he was on the inside. Just did a great job with them. I'll let you do Dixie Heights.
Oh, 100%. Well, thank you very much, sir. Well, look, Hunter Sang impressed us all in the paint tonight. He definitely was a force, tallied a lot of great points and helped his team out, drew some fouls too, was pretty good from the line. He scored 3 from the charity stripe, so very good performance for him as he really highlighted the post play with Christian Derry for the Colonels. All right, that is all you have to know about this amazing matchup. Dixie Heights wins by 20. They walk out of Lexington for the first time this season. Victors. Next up is Franklin County for them. That's the next time they'll be coming down here. GRC in Winchester County is the next opponent of the Creek. All right, I'm Forrest Tucker. He is Coach Tim Glenn. We'll see you next time. So long from Center Parkway.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.